Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome to a exhibition match between Ariakas and Morpheuskom. They are setting up the match as you can see. Please welcome my co-host Brett Lamfer.
Hey guys.
All right. Please let us know in the chat audio levels and such, please. I got two viewers. Whoever's there, can you hear us? Can you hear me and Brett? Brett, why don't you ramble on about a Stannis Loyalty versus Stannis Loyalty Dance with Dragons while we just check audio.
It's going to be interesting. I'm going to be pretty surprised if Ariakas doesn't take his four Raylor faithful and try to resist Melisandre. It's interesting. Melbom versus Melbom. Might have a lot of luck, but I know Franz and I know Ariakas. They're both high skill players, so even if one or the other has some bad luck, I know that they'll make a game out of this with their decision making on the field. So it should be great. And I've got them messaging me asking if it's okay for them to spawn their armies.
Absolutely. For any viewers that are unaware, they recently played Stannis Loyalty lists and did quite well in an event. So the only thing is they didn't get to see each other. So we're going to have a fun exhibition here. We're playing Dance with Dragons, and it's going to be very interesting. I don't think I've ever seen a Stannis for Stannis yet.
Yeah, it's interestingly enough, it's not the most popular. It's not the most popular build, but I'm really afraid of it. I'm really afraid of just Stannis in general. I'm afraid of Melisandre in particular, but the R'hllor faithful, the Bastards girls with the Red Priestess, even some cutthroats in this type of list, there's just so much panic damage going around that even a list like Berserkers and anything basically but poor fellows and dire wolves are very, very, very subject to failing panic tests. And when you've got the Baratheon deck mixed with it, I'm just horribly afraid to attack anything, which Melisandre basically forces you to come across the field and fight them. But you're actually playing into exactly what the Baratheons want at that point. So why it's not overly popular and more successful, I guess, is because a lot of it is luck with Melisandre. But I have seen the Bastards girls with the Red Priestess in particular just shred armies after the Melbom.
Yes, sir. We have Stannis the Rightful Heir list over on Morpheuskom side. We have not a Stannis list here, it doesn't look like. He's bringing, is that Axel Florent? He is bringing Axel Florent to this party. Hand of the Queen. No, wait, that's an NCU. Who's his commander? I don't see a commander. Maybe it didn't pop up. Maybe it is Stannis.
No, it's Stannis the Rightful Heir. He's right here in the Wardens. So there's Wardens with Stannis, Wardens, Bastards girls with Red Priestess, and Stormcrow archers with Red Priestess.
There we go. I'll check the cool flags. I was looking at the unit cards for some reason. All right, there's Stannis. There he is. Bam. Okay.
This unit right here, the Stormcrow archers with the Red Priestess, is a build that I actually really, really like. And you don't see a lot, but I had to play into it in another tournament.
Mm-hmm.
And they can do a lot of work, particularly with being able to use the money bag to attack or the swords to attack for free. And even though they have a morale 8, you can see there's at least one weirwood tree down. But when they get in range of that weirwood tree, they can actually pass that panic test, and then they can do a lot of damage just by the sheer volume of attacks that they can make with the tactics board. So it is something I really like, and I'm not surprised that Ariakas is bringing something like that. I know that he loves Stormcrow archers from his time playing with Starks. But he's not wrong. I've been saying for a long time that Stormcrow archers are better than people think, and it's just the same concept that we talked about over and over and over again. Repeated attacks, chip damage, take a panic test. Eventually, you're going to fail a panic test, and that 1 or 2 wounds is going to turn into, 4, 5, 6.
Yes, sir. We have the terrain set up. What do you make of this?
So it looks like Franz has chosen his table side, and he has very wisely kept the side closest to the weirwood tree because he's going to try to force these Stormcrow archers to pass a morale 9 with the way he's put these corpse piles. So they're going to have trouble triggering the Red Priestess's ability, even with the reroll. So I think that's smart, and I like it. And he's just immediately showed his hand. We see the Bastards Girls with the Red Priestess over here next to the Mute NCU. He's just daring Ariakas to go pick this token up.
Oh, the Mute NCU's over here as the first deployment. Very nice. Cool. All right, so Ariakas will have choice of who will go first. We're going to hang out and watch the deployment. I do have planned, eventually, I didn't have time today. At this point, we'd play a little, background music of some kind of positioning song or something like that. Or move, get up and get moving or something. I don't know. Because it's really just kind of seeing how they deploy. I guess while we're waiting for the deployment to be done, Brett, what's going on in your life of A Song of Ice and Fire TMG? Anything you want to share with the viewers?
So obviously I'm incredibly active in tournaments. I've pretty much always got one going on. This is the first time I've actually only been involved in 2. So normally I've got 3 going on. Currently I am in Wolves Howling Part 2.
Cool.
I'm running Mother of Dragons.
You don't say.
Yeah. It's going well. It depends on which side of that table you're on. I've felt pretty rude. I've spent a lot more time apologizing than normal. But it's just so rough. I think out of all of my games, I have made 1 ranged attack with dragons. And I think that was against Foryoku, and I used Dracarys to get rid of Ghost because he had Ghost, and then he had Jon Snow's Sworn Brothers, Lord Snow. And I just we were playing Clash of Kings, but I did everything I could to kill Ghost because Ghost Bond with a Lord Snow charge is a dead dragon, unless he just rolls horribly. So
yeah, it is a scary prospect. I recently faced Night's Watch with my first Mother of Dragons game ever, and I got schooled on how to not play Mother of Dragons. It was pretty bad. They have drawn cards, and Ariakas has chosen to go first.
So if you'll notice over here, this is about as smart as you can get for Ariakas. He has teed off against these Bastards Girls with Stannis. And Stannis is immune to these tokens. So it's going to be interesting to see if he can withstand Selyse and Shireen, who I believe should be in just about every Stannis list, in my opinion. They are so good. We've seen the power of Styre, and now you've got Bastards Girls who can double down. Even though they take the wounds in return, they can double down on those D3 wounds. So this is going to be interesting, but I'm expecting that you're going to see these Bastards Girls just try to gang up on Stannis, but they're going to have to earn it through defense and vicious panic tests because they will not be able to get those vulnerable and panic tokens because he does not have Walder Frey to shut Stannis off.
All right, so instead of the classic letters Axel move, we have a Axel move to the maneuver zone on Ariakas' side, pushing up Stannis directly forward towards the token. Over here in the beginning of the round, we have a Baratheon Conviction on Davos Wardens to start off the round. And then the return turn from Morpheuskom is the Axel to letters. He's putting Axel on the center Wardens with a panic token here. And Ariakas forgot his Axel. He's taking care of that now.
So the interesting thing is Axel is such a good solo killer that you kind of forget that, 2 wounds is 2 wounds. So wherever Franz is putting Axel, you've got to expect him to maybe target with Solis and Shireen as well, because that's just a lot of just auto wounds. So
Yep.
we see Melisandre
We have some smart
the
play here with Shira Arrow popping off on Ariakas' side, healing the panic token on the Axel unit, while also delivering a weaken token on his opponent's Axel unit. The return fire is Melisandre here for a panic test at -4.
Yep, and he's failed. That is 6 wounds.
6 wounds to, I believe it was archers. Yes.
Oh, they failed miserably.
And then he's taking another test at -2. That's another fail for 3.
Oh wow,
that's 9 wounds in 1 turn from Melisandre.
Yeah, that is a start. That is a start for sure. Wow.
Ariakas is return firing with Melisandre fireballs.
Yep, he's not going to be taking it off of those Stormcrow archers for sure.
No, he won't.
Oh man, that's one of the more brutal Mel bombs I've actually seen. That's what horror stories are made of.
Yeah.
Melisandre, and then Melisandre to the crown. Which
so
technically
he's just deciding which unit to bomb now. Thinking about Stannis.
Looks like he's gone for the Bastards girls.
Yep.
And they have failed.
That looks like a pass, right?
It's a 7 would have been a fail, but that's definitely a fail.
Okay.
Because they're a 5 and then -3, because I'm assuming Ariakas took 3 wounds, which he did right here on these wardens.
So that's 6
so,
wounds.
Yeah. The Melisandre is strong. So, including the sacrifices, we've seen 12, 15, 21 wounds in round 1 from Melisandre.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh.
Grab him the swords. Nothing happens, I don't think.
No, I don't think he's got anything to do with them.
Nope. All right, so back over to Davos is going to activate on Franz's side here and push up towards that Mute NCU. That's Mute NCU is on the other side. This is what, Vulnerable Weekend? Yeah. Okay.
This is the Vulnerable Weekend.
Which is nice, which is great for the Axel combos.
It's actually a really strong token. So
yeah.
There's a lot of times, I know the focus is on the Mute NCU. There's a lot of times in my list building, particularly when I play Starks, I can live without an NCU. So I'll, feign a deployment over by the NCU token, let them put their best units over here, and then I'll deploy all my good stuff on this side, and I'll work with the Vulnerable and Weakened token. I'll work without my NCU, but I'll just use this to pretty much cripple them for the game, and I'll have my commander over on this objective. And a lot of times, this Mute NCU becomes relatively irrelevant. It's not ideal to lose an NCU, but I think a mistake that some people make, which I don't think when you have Melisandre in your army, it's a mistake. But I think a lot of people make the mistake of feeling like they just have to go for this token. Sometimes it's best to abandon it, because this token is really strong too. And if you're going for kills, this one can be a little bit better even.
So what do you think about this maneuver activating the Wardens here on Ariakas' side opposite Davos? He has repositioned and pointed his arrow towards the center of the board. Are we seeing a possible march in the near future here from these guys?
Yeah, it looks like Ariakas is going to just abandon this side of the field. These Wardens are not going to do much when they're movement 2. Rather than get into a slap fight, Warden versus Warden, which really isn't going to go very far without the help of some cards and maybe some lucky failed panic. It looks like Ariakas is flipping the field, and he's going to try to get a 4-on-3. I say 4-on-3 because I have to think that these Stormcrow archers are dead. Because Morpheuskom going first next, he doesn't even have to do a full 3 Mel sacrifice, because the archers, unless they back straight up, are going to be close to this corpse pile. So he's not really got to sell out completely to the 3 wounds to get rid of them. So Ariakas has pulled an empty tray out, so it looks like he's doing a little bit of measuring here.
Yeah, he's got some pre-measurement going on. He's putting his Baratheons middle of the table right in his spot that he wants. back over to Franz. And we'll probably see a similar, just pushing forward here. The first player token is going to push over to Franz. If no action happens for the rest of this round, what do you think Franz's first turn is going to be?
Well, actually, to be honest, I'm recanting a little bit because Ariakas has the activation advantage. So even though he went first, he'll get the last turn. I think the very last thing that you're going to see is Stannis march onto this token. The Bastards girls can't get up there, and Morpheuskom can't actually wait it out long enough to get the Bastards girls to attack.
That's a good prediction.
And now they've lost a rank. So
yeah, interestingly enough, with the center token here, it could do more harm than good, right? Because with Baratheon versus Baratheon, we can see quite a bit of free attacks back and forth, and for each attack, you're taking D3 wounds if you're holding that token. So we'll see how that plays out if it happens like that. But
yeah, I'm wondering if they're going to try to avoid it.
Yeah, a lot of people do. What else was I going to say? Oh, the Melisandre. So in this game mode, you can drop your victory point token if you fail a panic test. So I wonder if we'll see, if it gets crunch time, a player or both holding back on the NCU board a bit to try to like force their opponent to make combat units activate first, and then pushing that Melisandre on the heal zone, or on the maneuver zone even, to make them drop that panic test so they can't pick it back up.
Yeah, it could be a factor. What's really going to be interesting is the matchup of both Bastards girls versus Stannis. But I think you're going to see Ariakas do some type of positioning, maybe where he can make it to where only one of them can charge.
Yeah, I think he's already there. It looks like if Stannis just goes straight forward.
Yeah.
So that's smart play there. If Stannis leads the fort on that side, grabs the token, like you said, with his boosts, Bastards girls are gonna have a hard time, especially since one is down to 1 rank already. Now that they activated, Axel pops off and he takes 2 wounds.
Yep. Yeah, it's gonna be tough. Both of them desperately need healing, and it's just not available in their army. I think Ariakas is going to try his best to cripple these Bastards girls so that Morpheuskom can't afford to do Selyse and Shireen, because Selyse and Shireen are a little bit of an X factor against these Wardens because they ignore the defense.
Yeah, so I think I'm going to go ahead and just say I think once these guys are done positioning here, we'll see we'll actually see an instant Melisandre activation on Franz's side, taking the wealth zone and frying the archers. That would be my guess.
Yeah, as long as Melisandre isn't shut off by Ariakas.
Oh yeah, you're right. She could just get shut off. Ooh, that's gonna.
I'm thinking that's what's gonna happen as his very last activation, and then the pressure is gonna be on Morpheus to come up and get him. I think Morpheus should just go ahead and march these girls up, do Selyse and Shireen to the swords, and just charging volley into Stannis. Do those 2 D3 wounds, and hope for the best with 2 panic tests.
Yeah. Well, if he marches the Bastards girls up first 10 inches and then pivots a certain way, he could prevent the token. No, because I guess Stannis only has to barely touch it, right?
Yeah, he's just got to clip it.
That's bad news for Franz.
But yeah. I think a charging volley with Queen and Princess is a good way to at least get Stannis into a danger zone, put some pressure on him.
Yeah.
The 2 D3 wounds and then all of those attacks, and then potentially taking the 2 panic tests. But I think this is just one of those cases where, as much as you hate the guy, like if he had Walder Frey, probably not a big problem, because you can basically, and he's marching them straight up. So be interesting to see if Ariakas goes ahead. and picks the token up. But Franz is definitely showing what he's going to do.
Yeah. I think it's a good play for Stannis to go grab it. I think you're right.
It's going to be dicey. A
Yeah,
lot of times in mirror matches, that's the way it goes. Though a lot of times it's just dicey. So
dicey madness, spicy and dicey.
it looks like Ariakas is just making sure that he can still go pick it up, which he can because he took the maneuver zone.
Yeah.
Interesting if he goes and picks it up now, because the other Bastards girls haven't activated. But I think he can actually position himself to keep those Bastards girls out of his front. So
Yeah, you're right though. Like,
well, if they can't charge, I mean, he might take an unnecessary shot, but yeah, see, they won't be able to charge him because they're in his front, and the other Bastards girls tray's blocking 50%. So he'll get a shot, but I guess he's willing to risk that.
Yep. So Ariakas has chosen to shut off Mel, as predicted.
And then he's moving the. Did he get 2 straight turns? That's.
Yeah, this is the last turn of the game.
Oh, so did Ariakas or Morpheuskom just never flipped Selyse and Shireen?
Yeah, I think he just declared it verbally. That's all.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. All right. So no scoring for the end of this round. Franz with the top of round 2, but his Melisandre has been shut off. Bad news bears for Franz. Let's see if he can recover.
Well, it's bad news bears too, because even if he charging volleys his Bastards girls into Stannis, there's a counter charge coming.
Yeah, and it's a Stannis, so that's 2 points for if Stannis keeps a hold of it.
Yeah, I mean he's got to do something.
So it looks like maybe the crown zap on the archers would be worth it at a -2.
It could be. I think at that point Stannis would just charge into the Bastards girls, keep the others in his front.
You think so?
And then, yeah, what could be a surprise move is if Morpheuskom goes for a charging volley into these other Bastards girls, because with Selyse and Shireen, just from the sheer amount of wounds and attacks, he might be able to wipe them out and then pop up behind Stannis.
That would be nice.
Now, he won't be able to do anything much. He could charge him because he can do the charging volley from the horse, from the swords.
Okay, I think he's doing exactly what you're saying, perhaps.
Selyse and Shireen down. They're going to go on a Bastards girl. Ooh,
oh, he's doing it on that one.
Not the one I expected, but I think if he had gone on them and charged these Bastards girls...
He just said he's activating Davos. Oh, only 1 remaining rank. Suffers D3 wounds. Oh, he's healing them to 2 ranks so they get a full shot in volley. With Davos.
okay.
So yeah, he has the smuggler over here. Way over here is smuggling some onions on the side of the board. They're gonna take wounds and put them onto this Bastards girls unit. It's kind of like a regroup reform. And then they're gonna go in probably to those Bastards girls is my guess.
Very interesting. I've never actually seen
Davos
yeah. used. But
that's pretty cool.
I'm not surprised from Franz because he is the only person who ran Jaqen Mysterious Prisoner in that big energy event. I'm not sure what the dice roll was for.
Yeah, I can't quite tell either.
Oh, for the Red Priestess.
Oh, okay.
He is going for the Bastards girls.
Okay. So he's got two hits on the range shot. And then Ariakas will try to defend.
2 wounds.
It's 2 automatic wounds. I guess the Davos thing didn't happen. I don't know why. Where did Davos go? I gotta take a look at him now. Oh, because the Bastards girls aren't activating; they're just attacking. That's why Davos doesn't work right now.
Oh, a big fail by Ariakas on the panic.
Oof. This might happen here.
He's got to make the charge. Looks like a 3.
It would be worth it to do another Solis and do a 1-for-1. What do you think?
Just a complete and total sacrifice? Yeah, maybe.
Because he's taken out a full tray with his unit that only had 4 wounds left. I mean, I think that would be
Oh, he
worth
failed
it.
the charge.
Oh, wait. Oh. That's a bummer. What a good play though. I think that was a great move.
Yeah, I think he did a smart play.
I can feel Franz on this. This is like me classic right here playing, and I make like half my charges.
It wasn't what I expected him to do, but nonetheless, I think it was a good move. His charge might have been pretty deep actually with these Bastards girls because of the way he would have had to angle to clear Stannis.
So he passes the panic test from the charge, and it's back over to Ariakas.
Very bold move.
Ariakas is having a big deep breath there. He was pretty sure he was going to lose that unit.
Yeah, he probably had a pretty good chance of losing them.
Yeah, he was a big sigh of relief as soon as he felt that charge.
Maybe even without.
Brett, if you don't mind, I'm going to turn my mic off just for a second and grab my glass of water. I forgot to bring it along with me. Take it away from here for a minute, please.
Yeah, no problem. Looks like they're just Ariakas is deciding what he's going to do here. Shifting back. Is he activating the Bastards girls, I guess? Looks like it. Yep. Red Priestess test. Passed. Yep. Panicked and vulnerable. So he's going to try to just kill him with the shot, and if he manages to, he's shifted them backwards so that they're even further away from the other Bastards girls. Pretty savvy move. 2 hits, that should be all it takes. Really unfortunate for Franz. Yep, they're gone. So there's a point for Stannis. Or a point for Ariakas. And yeah, now without being able to see, I'm not even sure if these Bastards girls can even charge now. Because I don't think they've got the angle now that these guys have shifted backwards. So, interesting. Yeah, and he's measuring, so he can get them. He can get them, but he's going to need a 6 from right there. It's really rough. I'm not even sure how much, if at all, a shift helps. This is also a 6. Of course, these are wardens, so movement 4. Not great. And it's a really risky play if he does that. So with either of the units, looking like a 6. These guys might be able to shift up 1 inch, but I don't know that they'd make the angle if they did that. They could shift over to the side 2 inches, and it might get them a little bit closer. He should probably check that, because I think if he shifts sideways 2 inches and shoots them, he might not have to make such an extreme angle to reach. So we're seeing Axel go down onto the crowns, try to get rid of the Stormcrow archers.
All right, what I missed.
Out of the Weirwood tree. So Ariakas was really savvy. He shifted the Bastards girls back. In doing so, these Bastards girls here have to make such an extreme angle to charge, they'll need a 6.
Oh, okay.
Stannis also needs a 6. So I was saying to the chat that he might want to check if he shifts sideways 2 inches, what that charge looks like from there.
Oh, because we just had a failed panic test by the Red Priestess. What was it, Wardens? Or
they're archers.
Archers, that's right. But it was only a 1 on the dice.
Ones. Oh, Franz. Poor Franz.
Yeah, poor Franz.
Oh my God! Yeah, it's Franz, not Franz. What? It's not Fran. Fran.
Franny Franz.
Oh, that's horrible. That's bad luck. That's bad luck
Yeah,
so
the
far.
whole one wound left is always brutal. We got a return file with his Axel onto the Bastards Girls Red Priestess. Putting down a weakened token.
Mm-hmm. Sensible choice.
Yeah, I was last game I streamed. I was talking about how I wish I could use a ruler while I spectate, but
Yeah, it would be really nice because I really think that he should check this side shift and see if it changes that angle a little bit and gets him maybe a
oh, for sure,
four,
yeah, for sure it
a
would.
four or a five.
So 2 inches over would be right about there, and then about 5, and then man, I don't know, it'd probably be a 5 still.
Better than a six.
Yeah.
Six right now. But it's a six because of just how far he has to angle to make contact. So.
All right, so he's activating Red Priestess Bastards Girls. Ariakas is triggering the removal of the token with Axel to take 2 wounds.
Okay.
So that just happened. He's no longer weakened and has full ranks as far as shots and attacks go.
Yep. I wonder if he's got a countercharge or if he's got a countercharge or ours is the Fury in hand.
Oh, his target already has token, so he's not doing the Priestess. 3 hits, and we have 1 wound. I don't.
Oh, he's gone into Stannis. Okay.
Looks like
Panic on a 5.
Oh, he's okay.
Yep, Stannis loves it.
Stannis
really
loves
wish you had a panic token because you see a 6 and a 1.
it. Yeah, I thought he would go after the Bastards Girls. The shot.
Yeah,
the shot could have killed them.
I think the charge was just a little too deep.
He doesn't have to charge though. The shot could have killed him.
Yeah, it could have potentially killed them, but I think if Stannis has a countercharge, it's rest in peace to the Bastards Girls. Charging in with critical blows and then being engaged to trigger cards like Hold the Line and Stag's Resilience because he controls the letters. It'd be really bad.
I don't know.
Things
I think if he would have pre-measured, and this is just, I think, a mistake on Franz's part. I don't think the Stannis could have seen him. Anyways, all right. So we got some attacks.
Oh well, only if he made the charge.
Right.
But if he failed, then Stannis is in his flank.
Oh yeah. I see what you're saying. Just a normal reactionary charge. I got you. Okay. All right, we have 4 saves, saving 3, sorry, 1 wound.
Was the charge disordered?
No, he rerolled.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure I saw him reroll.
Man.
They have a failed panic test, so 2 more wounds, so that's a rank.
Oh, well, that's helpful.
It is helpful. And that's a failed panic test, so the token moves, and we have an opposite switch of Melisandre's being turned off. Oh, boy.
Yeah,
Franz is back in the game.
There's that ours is the Fury.
The nuke control has swapped.
So 5 attack dice. We're going to see critical blows from Stannis. 2 of them. Those are the only 2 hits, but Stannis the Menace.
It's a crit blow, so 4 hits.
Stannis the Menace.
And he does save 1.
Yeah, but then Stannis just gets to activate an attack again.
Yeah.
If he's got a Stag's Resilience, it's pretty much a dead Bastard's Girl and probably GG's at that point. Passes the panic, so we'll see if Ariakas has Stag's Resilience.
He is activating Stannis.
Yep.
Stag's Resilience.
There it is. Yep, there it is. That's GG probably.
Let's see if it's a 3.
Well, even if not, he's probably only got to get 1 or 2 hits.
It's a 3.
They're gone.
So auto dead.
They're gone. Token back to Stannis. See.
And he heals back 4. Oof.
Does he?
He has last stand.
But does? Okay, but interestingly, does he get to surge forth because he killed him with Stag's Resilience, which happens at activation?
No, he
And then
doesn't.
the rules,
No, he
and then the
doesn't.
rules for the scenario, did he destroy him with melee? So does he even pick up the token?
If an enemy unit is destroyed while you're engaged with them, you get the token in any form,
Okay.
I believe.
Okay.
Um,
Seeing 5 hits from Last Stand.
oh, you know what's funny? When he healed, he got 3D models. For some
Oh,
reason,
nice.
they turned it off in the beginning of the game because they wanted a faster speed for the game,
Gotcha.
but they're starting to come in no matter what.
1 wound. We'll see a panic at
All
-2.
right, 1 wound on Stannis.
Oh, he
Hey,
failed again.
so the token's gonna get dropped.
Yep.
Oh, I'm gonna go correct him. He thinks he gets a surge, even though he didn't make an action yet. So
That's true.
it doesn't really matter, but he'll get to move twice, so I guess it doesn't matter. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
even correct it
Yeah, that's true.
because he has.
Killed on activation. Yep.
Yeah, so it wouldn't be a surge,
Yeah, he'll still get to
but he has
maneuver.
an
That's a good
action to
point.
do, so it doesn't matter. No reason to go in there and disrupt him for that.
Nope, you're right. It's fine.
It could have been important.
Man, tough break for Franz.
Yeah, it looked like the tide was about to turn, and then no.
Yeah, yeah. I had a feeling that he probably had those cards the way he went for the letters instead of healing something. He might have drawn the Ours as the Fury from the letter, but I feel like he had Stag's Resilience in hand.
um, yeah, it doesn't matter. I was about to say, like, I wonder if he can, but it doesn't. It doesn't matter, because
Yeah, he'll be able to pick it up. He's just got to clip it.
yeah, just a little clipperoonie, boom.
Brutal. And keeping in mind that we're watching the worst rated commander in the game.
Yeah, super entertaining.
Yeah.
Have we seen any of his cards yet? I think
No. Nope. Neither one.
they're just discarded.
Yeah. Neither player's played. Now he's blocking the front of the Bastards Girls with Stannis.
Yep.
What does Franz do?
Some classic,
Move up.
just super experienced, strong positioning and decisions from Ariakas. Franz has lost his entire flank.
Yep. And Ariakas has managed to lose nothing.
Yeah, that was just a shitty roll, though. Excuse my French, but
No, it's true.
yeah.
Do you suppose Franz moves his Stannis up to be able to charge these Stormcrow archers off the board and then position Stannis for a flank charge into the Bastards Girls?
I would like to see his Stannis go diagonal towards the wall, the low wall, and if he gets hit on his flank, it would be low wall protected. Pick up the token and just kind of squat. Even though he is down in victory points, so he's gonna have to make a move to catch up somehow. And other than the archers, could be an easy zap. I don't really see how he's gonna catch up. I guess if he can hold both tokens consistently throughout the rest of the game, he'd catch up. So that's an option.
The problem with Melisandre.
Yeah.
His Stannis will be testing on a 10 because of the corpse pile.
Yeah, exactly right. He could. So now we might see, like I was saying earlier, Ariakas just hold 2 NCUs off the board, like he's doing now, until the end of the round, and then just trigger Melisandre to make someone drop a token. Because he's out activating, so he can do that. He can wait till Franz is done. Go ahead, grab the tokens, and then do the Mel Bomb, drop the token, and wound them.
Yep.
Which sucks.
and put it behind them.
And put
At
it
that.
behind them, yeah.
Yeah.
Or no, put it closer to the corpse pile.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
We'll see how this
pretty.
round finishes up. All the action, it seems like the main important action kind of just happened really. Um, there's still
Yeah,
some
that was.
dice rolls to go. It's still anyone's game, depending on what Franz decides to do. He's not going for the token. He's gonna do a Stannis face off here. It looks like staring down Stannis versus Stannis. There can only be one. But that center Bastard's Girl's there, even though it only has 5 wounds, that's considered 2 ranks. So full power mode from that unit. So that's a scary prospect there.
Yep.
He also has the center wardens that can move up and take that token now.
Yep.
So that'll be 3 points at the end of the round. So yeah, I probably myself would have gone for the double token hold and just prayed I didn't fail. But Franz is thinking that he needs to kill some stuff to catch up. So I don't know how easy that's going to be. He does have Solis to help with that. But it's still going to be really difficult with wardens, even though there's crit blow.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough with only 2 wardens left.
Yeah.
He's
Ariakas
getting
is
this.
retreating with his Stormgirl archers.
Yep, getting them out of dodge.
He still is in range of that corpse pile.
Yep.
But he can't be charged now.
Nope. And he's also in range to pick up the money bags and shoot Stannis just for some pot shots.
That's hilarious if you're correct. I think you are, huh? That's about 12
Yep.
inches, yeah.
Yep, he'll be able to shift up and shoot
Oh,
it.
man.
I saw it by his
So he
pivot.
can mail bomb and Stormcrow Archer shot as
Yep.
the last turn of the game.
Yep, and he's going first, or Ariakas is going first next, so you'll probably see a Melisandre onto the swords and panic Stannis again, and then take the charging volley into Stannis.
Just consistent since we met him. High level play from Ariakas.
Yes. Very strong player.
And Franz, as I said, Franz was demonstrating his own skills with the Stannis Loyalty side recently. But this just comes down to positioning and just knowing your priority of what to do first. And and really what it comes down to is the first turn of the game. And it's been mentioned before from stat streams, Carlo and Mickey, and probably yourself. When you get that maneuver and you get exactly what happened, maneuver, march, now you have the mute NCU token. You have such a huge advantage just right off the get. So that's exactly what happened.
Yep.
And there's nothing Baratheons can do about it, really, unless you bring like a cavalry unit that can get up there.
Yeah, this is generally a pretty terrible scenario for Baratheons, with their tending to be a slow army.
Yeah. I mean, I guess the negative of getting the token isn't that bad then. Because they just get a little bit slower, not a lot of bit slower.
A little bit slower.
All right, here comes
Where
Mel.
do you think he's going to go? Where do you think he's going to Mel bomb? Do you think he'll attack Stannis?
Oh, he is going Stannis. I thought he'd make this guy drop the token. But he's just going to try to wound Stannis as much as possible just to play it even safer. That way Stannis isn't hitting as hard. See what happens. That's a fail. That's 7 wounds. Ouch.
Yep.
Ouch.
Then he'll just take Shira, go down here, probably throw a panic over here, and shoot Stannis.
Oh, man.
And then when he's going first, he can just activate Melisandre, bomb Stannis again, and then decide what he wants to do.
Absolutely brutal.
Yeah. Now he's reversing course.
Oh.
He can maybe pivot onto that token.
Yeah, at least he'll score 3 because Mel didn't bomb the token guy.
Yeah, well, he's still got those wardens
He
over there that
does.
can charge them.
He can charge in, and if they fail panic, then they drop it.
Yep. Yep. He'll have to be. I think he can pivot onto it.
Yeah,
there.
he could. He's not foreseeing his post pivot. He would totally grab that. Yeah. So he'll be good to pick that up. Score 2. Even though the center wardens still get to go too. So he might see 2 more charges here.
Yep, and you're going to see a Stormcrow Archer volley, I think. Because I think Ariakas can shift sideways and hit him.
Yeah, probably.
I wish I had a ruler, but I'm thinking that this.
Well, look at he just grabbed the token, right? That's midway, and then the deployment is 12 inches. So, so I think he will make it.
Yep. He'll probably drop a panic token on these guys, shoot them. Did I just move the tray? I can't. I'm gray. Sorry. Then he'll charge.
What?
I mean, he'll just charge these guys.
All right, here comes Shira.
Yep. Oh, he's going to heal.
Healing 3 bastards girls.
I guess he decided, what is it, 3 attacks from the Stormcrow Archers? Maybe he decided that wasn't worth it.
Yeah, he's putting a weekend on Davos.
Weekend. Okay. Interesting.
2 more activations for Ariakas to finish off the round. And he's going to retreat with those wardens.
Oh, Ariakas doesn't even want to have fun today. He's just all business. All business. I'm just messing around.
I mean, I don't see the downside. You can make him drop the token. What do you think is the mindset here?
It's just Ariakas. He's just.
It's just Ariakas.
Yeah, I mean, he's pretty well got it under control, and he's just not. It's just kind of in his nature. He doesn't take risks. Even he's just going basically the risk-free approach here because he's pretty much got Stannis on lock. Like I said, he can charging volley even if Melisandre doesn't kill. So he can activate Melisandre, see what happens, and then decide where to put Melisandre. So he's honestly got not a whole lot to lose. So I think he's pretty sure he's going to kill this unit. So he's probably bringing these guys up to pick up the token when they die. I don't know, maybe. The tray's bugged. Yeah, he's pretty well in command of the game at this point.
Yeah. Hello to Mr. Mazarath, Sunday Slaughter, Francesco, Victoria. Thank you all for tuning in. We have, yes, I am a psychopath and make charges on 4s or 5s and 6s. And 6s.
You might jump on there and tell them to unlock the tray, pivot it 360 degrees both ways, and then it should get that bug off because the tray's not moving.
Yeah, I think they
just locked it and picked it up and moved it, but they can get it to unlock if they just pivot it around.
Oh, I'm not gonna bother them. They're like deep in conversation. Happy to be here. What's happening in here? What's up, 3 Sales George?
It's George.
What's up, George?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm glad to stream you guys. It's been nice to have some time to do so. I do predict a crazy busy schedule with myself soon, so I'm getting all these in as much as I can now. But looking ahead, World Cup and 3 Sales Gaming, I'll definitely get some more streaming games in at that time. And everyone listening and watching, please keep your eyes and ears open for some guild content on its way soon. We have quite a awesome December drop planned. Hype train!
Hype train! It should be great. No, nay. Not should. It will be great. Looks like Franz is dumping some cards.
He rolled something.
Counter charge. and Will of the One True King have been dropped. He looks like he also dropped Last Stand, maybe, or he played that
one. He didn't get his points though. He should have got 3 points.
I don't think they've scored yet because Ariakas didn't get his 2.
4-3.
Yep.
So, if we look at the picture-in-picture tactics board, neck and neck, close game. But then you go over here to the battlefield.
Yeah.
And Melisandre's been busy. Melisandre has been busy. Most of those wounds on Ariakas' side were from Melisandre. And then same over here. We had some brutal shenanigans with the Ariakas Stannis grabbing the mute NCU token early and just rolling with it. So
I wonder. I don't even actually know how.
So he is popping Melisandre first, killing 3 from the corner, and he's going for Stannis.
Yep.
He needs a 9. This will be a big roll here. Let's see if this game continues much longer. I imagine I'll be fitting some in during the World Cup to warm up for the TSL. All right, George publicly announcing his streaming availability for the World Cup. No, it's binding contract here on the stream chat.
Stannis bit the dust.
Stannis is evaporated from Melisandre. We always knew it was going to happen. Melisandre was going to evaporate Stannis at some point. She keeps sucking him dry. Quite literally.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure they don't say it directly in the books, but each time she makes a shadow baby, he gains like 10 years or something like that. It's really, really strongly hinted at that he keeps looking more and more wrinkled and older after he does some shadow magic with Melisandre. So, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. He's going to bite the dust, turn to dust. And we just saw it happen right now.
We just saw it. And it's, now it's a... Oh, well, he killed those Stormcrow archers, so there's that.
Hey. He didn't get a point for it.
Yeah, he's scoring it now, it looks like.
Oh, okay.
Now it's a 4-1. Stannis much.
If anyone can come back and win it, it's Franz. I have Stannis Loyalty faith, which for me is pretty much none. But that's because I don't like Stannis. All right, we have some more comments here. Isn't there an extra thing you need to do for streamers to get that second image of the board? Yes. If anyone wants to know, you need to be a player, right? So if you hop into someone's game, just ask them to switch roles for you. Then you take a player color. You can right click on your mouse, get picture in picture, set it up, lock it, and then go back and change your color back to viewer or I forget the wording they use, but non-player, and then you're good to go. Yeah, you need to. Oh, Mr. Mazrath has it all laid out there. Yep. Cool. Yeah, guys, lots more coming. Such exciting times. Tomorrow is Thursday. Looking forward to a new Visions in the Flames. Any predictions, Brett?
We're going to see Bloody Mummer skirmishers at some point. Hopefully tomorrow.
That would be nice.
Tomorrow.
Once people see that one, they're going to want to play with it immediately.
Yeah, I think people have been waiting for a long time for one of the coolest looking units in the game to be good. Let's hope that they get something that.
Oh, are you talking about the Zorse
really
Riders
good.
or
the skirmishers? Well, the Zorse Riders are cool too, but the skirmishers have a picture on the Visions and the Flame stuff. So unless it's a full on Chanel troll.
Well, funny enough, even though they definitely have been hinted at that they'll be changed, if they're gonna kind of do an overhaul tone down, then the skirmishes won't be that far away, right? Like if everything else gets toned down. So
they'd have to tone them down pretty hard. As it stands, the skirmishers are like maybe a 5 point unit, but even if they were 5 points, would you ever take them over cutthroats? I don't think you would. And if you say that you would, you're probably lying.
So, what's Franz gonna do here?
Uh,
I think he's going. He's going for the charge.
Going for the charge.
And
It's that
so,
time.
if he kills them and scores, that's 6. Ariakas will then take the lead, 7-6, with no way a warden unit is going to go through corpse piles and reach the other units. So, that is. It looks like he's taking the bait for the corner unit charge here, and that would be game, right?
Yep, he needs a 6.
He needs to actually move towards the center, and go and try to like get over and charge the center unit, because once he charges this unit, even if he kills them, he'll be down a victory point and have no way of getting back across the field. So,
yeah, well, he failed the charge, so now he's got to take a panic test at a -1. Man,
did he fail?
Oh,
I totally missed the roll. That's my bad, guys.
he rolled a 4.
That's
numerous times I've seen double 2s from Franz today. Not quite as bad as double 1s, but that's just rough. Now he drops.
So he lost conviction. Yeah.
And the token.
I don't think it'd be way back there, though.
No, they probably just forgot to drop it.
Wait, what's going on here? Isn't it 2 wounds? It doesn't matter. I think they're.
No, because he's got the crown, so conviction.
Oh yeah. But he drops it, and then Axel.
Ariakas can actually put it to where he can pick it up if he even wants to engage
here for some reason. So I guess he just chose not to use Axel, I guess.
He probably wanted to save the panic token to make sure that he dropped it.
Exactly.
Because Ariakas is being a meanie today.
Oh, I think it's just routine for him, man.
Yeah. He is full in the gas pedal.
Zorses are secret OP. Yeah, Mickey totally schooled me on how to use Zorses. That's for sure. But it's funny though, even without them, just because of Baratheon tactics, the main key I learned from that game was don't bring Barristan to a Baratheon fight. That was it. That's what I learned. I brought Barristan pikemen, right? So some extra free attacks. Well, that's what the Baratheon want. So it's like that was such a poor choice looking back on it now. Like, why did I bring Barristan? That's retarded.
Barristan and the pikemen.
Yeah, it's just it's nice. There's free attacks left and right, but that's not nice against Baratheons. They're like, oh, thanks. Okay, we'll do this now.
Yeah. This should be the end of the game.
Yeah, it's 8-5.
There's nothing he can do to Stannis.
Yeah, because it's out activation. So no matter what, he's going to pick up tokens. All right. Let's see here. It looks like they're giving us a show and playing it out.
Another Baratheon conviction.
So Visions in the Flames, Bloody Murmurs, huh? What else was talked about? Oh, you know what? They talked about it. They're going to show us a bunch of math, they said.
A bunch of math?
Math, yeah. So meaning they're going to show us an insight to the developing and designing mindset of combat math, I think, is what they were talking about.
Okay. Sweet.
Yeah. Which is going to be super interesting, my kind of topic, I'll tell you that much. And we have a tactical approach. Bam, bam.
Looks like he's doing the panic on this unit. Nope, he is choosing that one. Sensible choice. Damn it.
Sorry, I laugh, but it's kind of like
Ariakas.
When it rains, it pours.
That's correct.
And I feel that. You know why he lost, Brett? If you notice the type of dice Franz used today,
I think they forgot that Franz dropped this token
oh, that's okay.
because he scored, didn't he?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think it'll matter. At the end of the game, I'll correct them on their score. Or should I correct them now? I guess I correct them now.
It's okay because he put the vulnerable weaken down, and I think that's why he put Axel on them.
I'm just gonna say Davos dropped his token in the chat without interrupting their voice chat in case they see it. Just in case they care. Okay.
So he went to the letters. What token has he placed?
So he's got conviction in the crown, so he's doing a normal zap without sacrificing models because it's going to be one wound no matter what.
Right.
So it's a -1 and a pass.
Going to the bags, healing these folks.
And some more 3D models. Let's go zoom in here. I don't know if anyone's seen this yet. We've been showing stats videos, and elsewhere has been showing these off. Look at those. So cool.
So whose wardens are those? Do we know?
Who did the wardens? Bartender made a list of who did what, and I don't have it in front of me. I should have it during stream games. That's a great point, Brett. Thank you for telling me that. Because I don't know. I think.
Oh yeah, you can.
Just off of memory, I think Yannick did Targaryens, but that's all I remember right now. Because I think Baratheons were the hardest one for him to find a contributor for, and I don't remember him finding one. So I'm not sure who those are, to be honest.
That's it. That's the game.
Yeah.
Going through some formalities now.
Yep. Okay. I don't know what he's doing. All right. Let's try to get everyone in a chat together. That would be nice. So I'm going to disconnect from the players' chat myself. And then I'm going to go on here and get all 4 of us together. It'll just be me talking for a minute. All right. Thank you everyone for tuning in. We're going to hear from these players here in a second. They're going to go through the rest of the round just to make sure they don't forget anything, any possible points to get scored. I'm going to pull up a chat and see, and we'll hear their thoughts on the game. Just give me one moment, please.
It curls back.
Sorry, interrupt. You guys are finishing up the round. Sorry, just making sure you guys can hear me.
Yep.
Okay. And now the audience can hear you too. By the way, we're all together in the chat.
Oh, cool.
So hello everybody.
Hello.
I hoped I would have put up more of a fight, but it was Stannis. I couldn't make it against him. He's just too strong.
Yeah, I figured that Stannis and Wardens would be a pretty good counter to the Red Priestess Bastard Girls, just because obviously their big strength nowadays is from the ability to double token up your opponent, and by resisting tokens, he's actually quite immune to like his best tool. But I did get a lot of fortune my way as well. Zapping Bastard Girls is always risky because even at -3, they're not. I mean, they're likely to fail, but not super likely to fail. So I was lucky to get that zap off early game, and I had the Axel on there as well to deal the extra 2 wounds. I think they took off like 8 wounds on their first activation, kind of.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
Brett,
mean, it
Brett
helps
pointed
if
that
I
out
join into the
early.
call, right?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, hey Brett. Brett's back too. Brett pointed that out early, like how good of a counter that was. So that was a great choice there. We saw some just fireball wizard action in the beginning of the game there. But Ariakas, were you always planning to since the beginning to hopefully get first player, get the maneuver and march on that token?
Yeah, unfortunately, that is the biggest dice roll of this matchup: is who is going to take the horse first. Because whoever takes the horse first is going to be the one who controls the NCU. So unfortunately, that's a dice off. That's a literal dice off. So I got lucky enough to get the option, and I've played enough against Baratheons and with Baratheons to know that as juicy as the envelope is in this particular matchup, in this particular scenario, you need that horse first to grab the objective.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
indeed. Yeah. Franz, there was a couple plays we were talking about where you could maybe turn the tide, and you actually did get that token back for just a second there. but once that was clear, he had the token and Mel was muted. Me and Brett had a little discussion on what you could possibly do, and we were thinking maybe of using that very very flank Bastards Girls to charge his Bastards Girls right by Stannis, and I know he shifted back, but. Were you thinking about that? Maybe a possible shot into them, because you took the shot into Stannis instead. So I'm just wondering your thoughts right at that moment after he took the token. What were your thoughts on how to bounce back?
Actually, the very weakened Bastard Girls tried to push through his Bastard Girls, but I didn't make the free up charge.
Oh, that's right. Didn't make the free up charge.
They would have very likely killed him completely with the queen helping out a little bit. They would have died very likely next turn, but the Stormcrows also didn't go down with the very last. Well, actually, the Stormcrows all died, but the Red Priestess held up the torch.
Yeah, that was brutal.
I think I made a big mistake by placing the token in front of his Bastard Girls. I tried to place it somewhere so he can't reach it. And
I don't think that was possible because he had an action still. He didn't do anything yet.
Yeah, but I should have placed it somewhere else so he couldn't defend the front of his Bastard.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
That was a very bad mistake by myself. I should have placed it behind or somewhere else so Stannis would be more out of the game. Then I could have killed Bastard Girls.
Yeah, that's a good point because I did move the full 4 inches forward to pick it up, but I coincidentally, it wasn't a plan on my part at all to protect their frontage. Then when you took the horse, it became apparent that was actually very relevant because you could no longer charge him from the front angle.
Yep, that was a big mistake by myself. And maybe also by putting these guys over here and not going full retard
Yeah, I put I mean, because I have the extra unit, I definitely put one here, and I figured either you counter with a unit that's more expensive, or I get a free objective with my 5-point unit. So it kind of puts you in a hard spot, I think.
Another problem is I really love Davos in the books. He's one of my very most favorite characters. But sadly, his attachment is not very good. I really try to make him work, but it's so rare that you get a good timing to do anything with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you announced, because I have you guys chatting in one of my ears, when you said you were doing the Davos Bastards Girls heal shoot charge, I got so excited. I was like, holy cow, I've never seen Davos pop off before. Let's do this. Let's do this. And then it was like, oh, it's on activation. Oh, man.
Yeah.
It actually would have been a better list for this in retrospective. because I would have Zorth Riders, I would have speed, and both lists of Ariakas are a bit slow.
Hmm.
So a Davos list might have been the better choice. But then I chickened out and was like, Bastard Girls with they're invincible. And what I wanted to show is how much damage they can put out with Celis and Shireen.
Yeah, no, I mean, I had a full unit of 12, and your single shot, I think, killed something like 7. So if you could have gotten that charge in, you had a very good chance of popping the whole unit in one go.
Definitely.
With your your 4-man unit, no less.
I have
Yep.
2 more questions for you guys, if you don't mind, real quick.
No.
First of all, in a shortened, I know we could probably talk about this next question for a long time, so as short as you can, how excited are you? We'll start with Ariakas for playing with the Dragonstone Noble on the table, or maybe you already have.
Oh, I think he's going to be a great addition, because he adds obviously a cheap activation to the army, but also he provides a bit of extra punch. He actually hits pretty decently with his sundering attacks. So it lets you build like a warden base, and then your counter punch can be this warden guy. These Dragonstone Noble. So he's going to be a welcome addition for sure to the Stannis side.
And Franz, what about you?
I do think he's amazing because he gives you some control. I mean, the whole Baratheon faction is about I getting punched, I punch back. And you can place him between your units, and he will help you setting up traps and making people think twice or even thrice if they really want to attack that unit and risk a charge of the Dragonstone Noble. I think he will add a lot of control Baratheons need.
Absolutely. Last question of the stream. I just want to thank you guys both for letting us stream, having this fun Stannis Loyalty duel. Yeah, totally. You guys had proved your Stannis skills earlier in the week, so this was definitely one that was requested and on our minds. So thanks for coming on. But the last question is, what do you have going on in your own world, local area, or with your own projects related to the game? And just share. Yeah, just go ahead and share, and then we'll sign off.
Okay. Why don't you start, Franz?
For me, it's a bit. I have a pregnant wife, so I try to keep social contacts as low as possible, just to make sure she doesn't get infected over me. So I'm mostly painting stuff and braining lists, and once in a while going a bit on tabletop simulator, which is amazing. But once COVID with Vekheim mostly gets into control, I think I want to make some tournaments and play some real games. I'm really looking forward to it because I love this game. I played like 15 years Warhammer Fantasy, but this game is so fast, it's so mind-boggling. There's so many choices you want to do every turn. I'm really looking forward to meeting guys and playing on the table.
Absolutely. Cool. Congratulations to you, sir. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. And Ariakas?
Yeah, I've recently just moved with my girlfriend into our new townhouse. So it's been an ordeal of painting the walls and fixing things and moving boxes in. So we've been doing a lot of work. Haven't done a lot of hobby in a while, unfortunately. But the last thing I was doing for hobby was actually painting Baratheons. I was painting up a bit of everything, a bit of Wardens, a bit of Rose Knights, a bit of Flayed Men. So I was actually working on Baratheons for a while, but my Baratheon excitement has dimmed because of the rise of mammoths and dragons, unfortunately. I'm looking at my slow, well-armored guys and these things that deal auto wounds, and I'm like, how does one deal such reckless hate? So I don't know. I don't know what's the next thing I'm going to do. I might jump to free book. We'll see.
Awesome. Thanks so much for sharing. Thanks again for coming on. Thanks to all the viewers. Next Wednesday, same start time, Guild Chat, Episode 2. We'll be announcing our guild member hosts as well as our special guests throughout the week. We have Visions in the Flames tomorrow. Please check out songoficeandfireguild.com and all of its guild members' content. Thanks again, and we'll catch you all next time.
Thank you.